Hello everyone, I'm back again with another video as promised, and I want to talk about the subject of spiritual warfare because I was reminded of the subject just recently when I posted that video relaunching this channel to say Shazulo is back. The very next day I encountered a truly horrendous situation where I felt threatened for my own safety, put it that way. All hell broke loose. Coincidence? Probably not. We've got to remember we are in a spiritual battle, and Satan will use people and circumstances to drag us down and attack us. We've got to remember that, the Bible says that our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this present darkness, against the spiritual rulers of wickedness in the heavenly realms. So these spiritual forces are everywhere, and they can manipulate things, they can manipulate people, they can inhabit people and possess people. Before I was a Christian, I was into the occult, and I called myself a witch. I had a friend who also called himself a witch. We used to do spells together. We used to do crazy stuff together. I've seen some wild things in my time, guys, I really have, and I'm going to talk about that more in future videos. But the spiritual realm is very, very real, and I was reminded of a really interesting story as well, something that happened to me a long time ago when I was going to a Pentecostal church, and there was these two ladies in the church at the time, and they invited me along to a psychic event, a local psychic event, to hand out tracts outside. And I thought, yeah, give it a go, see what happens. Might be fun. We've got to try and reach people after all. I hope those seagulls are not too loud, guys. Forgive me if they are. Gosh, I seem to be invaded by seagulls again. It's this spiritual warfare. It's just crazy. It was fine before it started. Gosh. But anyway, yeah, we went to this psychic event, and we were outside it. We were passing out tracts, and the event organizer came out. He was none too pleased when he saw us there, and he said to us, "Are you turning away customers, paying customers?" I can't remember what we said to him, but he went inside. He was a bit angry, and he soon went off. And then we could see the psychics looking at us through the window, and people who were going in, we were giving them tracts, and we could see these people looking through the window getting more and more angry. And the event organizer came out again, and he was angrier, I should say. And then all of a sudden, oh my goodness, two of the psychics, women. When you think about witches, female witches, these looked the embodiment of that. Everything about them was terrifying. They came flying out, rah, like banshees, screaming at us. And they were saying, what are you doing? This is of God what we do. You're getting in the way of our work. You're putting up barriers. You're bringing a negative energy to the whole place. And he was screaming at us. And me and the two ladies that I was with were quite shocked, as you could imagine. And then the event organizer came out again as well. And he was having his 2 cents worth as well. And he was gunning for me because I was the only guy, the only man there. So they just screamed at us. And then he went inside, and these two women were still screaming. And then I started to pray silently. And I didn't realise, but I suspected a bit later that the two ladies that I was with as well were also praying, because that's the kind of women they were, godly women that would pray in this situation. So they were praying as well, unbeknownst to me at the time. And when we got together later on, we all shared our notes, so to speak, and found out each one of us was praying. And you know what? From the point of us praying, the whole atmosphere just came right down like that, step by step, to the point that we were talking on friendly terms with these women, and we were able to witness to them and really love on them. And the event organizer had come back out And the last he saw, there was this wild argument going on, screaming and howling and wailing. So he had come out with a full pint glass of water, and he came charging out. And then when he got to us all, he looked surprised and confused. What's going on? Last time I was here, there was a big argument going on, and you could see that he wanted to throw the water over us. And he was particularly gunning for me, as I say, because I was the only male there. And he didn't know what to do with it. He looked so confused. And then he just turned around and walked away and walked back into the building. And you know those women? When we left as friends, and we gave them a hug, and we said we'd pray for them and that we loved them, and they were appreciative of it. What a turnaround, guys. That was through prayer. And that's just something that you can say in the immediate. So be encouraged. You know, if you're praying for somebody, prayer works, especially if there's a few of you praying. And Jesus did say, didn't he, where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am in the midst of them. And if we ask for anything in faith, that it will be delivered to us if it's in accordance with his will. So be encouraged. Prayer works, and we are in a spiritual battle. If you're facing hostility, if you're facing trouble with people, there could be a spiritual reason behind it. Try praying about it. Apply some faith. And I know it's scary. I'm not the the most courageous of people, to be honest. But I know I can lean into God, and he's bigger than any situation. So yeah, be encouraged, guys. I'll see you soon. Take care.